safe distance, I'm gonna set off a little surprise I left behind for our Torian friend.
Acknowledged. Confirmed.
BattleTech is a turn-based strategy game set far in the future where humans are now spread out across space and use giant robots to fight each other in near-constant wars.
Did you know the BattleTech franchise was first created as a tabletop strategy game in 1984, but has since been adapted to many video games and other forms of media, commonly under the Mech Warrior name. This latest game aims to provide the most faithful adaptation of the original tabletop experience to date, with many of the original creators and developers on the development team.
Oh, some good facts there as always, Darren.
Phew!
Now, early in the game, you find yourself on the losing side of a military uprising, narrowly escaping death. But a passing mercenary crew saves your hide, and after a few years, you're running the whole crew.
You'll lead your ragtag group through the stars, taking on contracts, making ends meet, all the while working towards getting revenge on those who defeated you all those years ago.
Yes, it's a classic tale of revenge told through some beautifully done animations. And I loved how invested I felt after making my character and choosing my backstory. And the freedom you have to travel around and take contracts or progress the story at your own pace is great.
Now, this is quite literally a game of two halves. One half up in space, managing your crew. Meanwhile, the action is happening down on the battlefield.
Time to get paid.
You send up to 4 mechs into battle, taking turns moving them around and firing on enemies.
I copy.
These are powerful, well-armored machines, but so are your opponents. This creates tense, long back-and-forth battles, where salvos of rockets and lasers tear chunks off each other's mechs. It feels just like how I'd expect giant robot battles of the future to play out.
Yeah, and you really feel some of those hits. It's super satisfying taking out a crucial component for a rare, quick takedown.
No.
Especially since these battles can get hard quick. A few unlucky hits and you've lost a mech and a pilot.
It can seem like a lot to get your head around, and admittedly there are a lot of tiny details and tactics to uncover, but the basics are fairly straightforward. The main things you'll need to worry about are simply deciding what weapons and roles you want each of your mechs to have, and of course making sure you position them to make the most out of each of their loadouts.
I like how each map throws up interesting terrain or unique features that mix things up during the battles. Like forests or dust storms for cover, or desert planets that make it super important to keep an eye on those thermals.
Shutting down.
Yeah, nothing worse than overheating and shutting down mid-battle.
And you'll pay dearly for those mistakes. Damaged mechs can take weeks or even months to repair. Is yours still done yet?
Mine's in the shop.
We're down a mech, Commander.
While injured pilots are knocked out of action for just as long or wiped out completely. Meanwhile, those monthly bills are still coming in and you're struggling to put together a basic fighting force. It's tough going early in the game.
Yeah, for sure. But that difficulty does make it all the sweeter when you do finally get on top of everything. Bit by bit, you'll upgrade your ship, train your pilots, and get your hands on even more powerful mechs and weapons. And soon you'll have a thriving mercenary outfit that can handle any job.
Yeah, but just be aware this is a very unforgiving game, so don't feel bad about saving often or reloading if you find yourself on a mission that's gone horribly wrong.
Yeah, good advice, Jim. Actually, some may call it cheap, but having to reload after a long battle or a few poor decisions is its own kind of punishment. This is a slow game. Waiting for turns to play out or your ship to travel from system to system can be quite tedious. I mean, don't get me wrong, I did enjoy that slower tactical pace, but sometimes you just want it to all hurry up.
Yeah, a few time-saving options like being able to fast-forward enemy turns or skip to a destination would have been really handy. I would have also liked if there was a way to save mech loadouts. It's annoying manually reassigning weapons and gear every time an arm gets blown off.
Yeah, definitely. Outside of the campaign, there is a 1v1 skirmish mode, where you can test your commanding skills against a real opponent or an AI adversary. It's pretty bare bones with only the one deathmatch mode and no progression systems, but it does the job of adding a multiplayer component. Jem, what'd you think overall?
I had fun with this. The battles are terrifically tactical, and the management system gives you just enough to worry about to make you really earn every success. Giant robots are fun. I'm giving it 4 out of 5 rubber chickens.
Yeah, there's weight and consequence to every fight in BattleTech, and that sets it apart and makes it a super solid strategy game. I'm giving it 4 out of 5 rubber chickens as well. Check out my robot. They put sound effects in post, right?